Hey everybody, it's Labor Day. I'm pretty bored, so I'm gonna give you an instructional video on how to make ramen. Now here's the thing. This is Kung Fu Instant Oriental Noodle Soup. This is the real deal ramen. This isn't the cheap stuff you get at King Soopers. This is like the real Asian ramen. Where to get this? Some places. Maybe some Chinese food. Here's what you need to do. First what you want to do is you want to find a good sized pot. Now for ramen, you only need 2.5 cups. So a pot about this big would do just fine. Alright, so now that you got your right pot, you want to fill it up with 2.5 cups of cold water. Not warm water, because that's already pre-boiled. So here I already have these pre-measured cups, like all the cooking show guys have. But this will not take a lot of time to fill up. So, 2.5. Okay, now that you got your pot filled up with 2.5 cups, you want to take your pot and make sure you have a lid, because this will be important. It's okay if you don't, but it'll boil fast. So you want to turn your heat up to about high. Should look around there. And you want to put your lid on, and you want to wait for it to come out of boil. Now remember, a watch pot never boils, so you gotta do something else. Only if you want to stare at it. But make sure you never leave your stove. You never want to leave the flame unattended, because that could result in a fire. So go ahead and maybe do a crossword puzzle next to your boiling water. I don't know. Whatever. Now while you're waiting for your water to boil, this is something I prefer. You want to take your ramen and you want to kind of just bang it on the edge. This way you won't have those long stringy noodles that are hard to, eat. So now that way you'll get a spoonful of little noodles. That's all I prefer. Okay. Now once your water comes to a boil like this, what you want to do immediately is open up your ramen and slowly pour it in. Because if you pour it in too fast, then it'll backsplash and it'll burn you. Now once you got that all in there, you want to immediately turn your heat off. And then you want to go grab whatever utensil you want to use. For me, I like to use chopsticks. And frequently stir this around. And while you do that, you want to take... Now, here's the thing. Here's the seasoning, and here's the oil. Now, some people don't like the oil, aka me, so I'm just going to pour this in and stir it around frequently. Look at how appetizing that looks. Oh, yeah. Okay. Now, after a while of stirring, you want to make sure you put your pot back on, so that way it'll cook through completely and fast, so that way your broth doesn't get all cold. So stirring around to make sure that there's not any seasoning parts just clumped up together, and it's kind of the color of the water. You want to stop stirring, and you want to put your lid back on for a little while. Ooh, hot. Hot, hot. After 3 seconds, immediately 3 seconds, you want to take it off and get your bowl ready. For me, I like using a traditional, wrong cupboard. I like using a traditional Chinese bowl. Alright, so once you got all that done, you want to put your bowl in the sink so that way you don't make a big mess, and you want to slowly pour it in. Steam will rise, so you got to be careful with this part. And a bit of backsplashing. There we go. Let's see. Whew. Alright. Now, if you want to eat this right away because you got to get up and go, you might want to take a few ice cubes from your ice machine and put it in there and just stir it around. Once they're both completely melted, you might want to wait just a little bit and stir it, and then taste it every once in a while to see if it's still too hot. If you got some time to spare, it's cool to watch the steam. Cool. Look, it's gonna get the lens all blurry. Oh, Steve. There's my cameraman. He only filmed like these parts. Do you want some ramen too, Boo? You don't want any ramen? Well, that's a good thing, 'cause this is my ramen!